That's right. It's another tube light. I know you're as excited as I am. What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Scott here, and today, you guessed it, I got another tube light, and honestly, I just can't believe that these things keep showing up, and every time I get one, I get excited about it, and then I realize that every review is kind of exactly the same. And this one is going to be more the same than any other one that I've done, because this is essentially just a larger version of a light that I've already reviewed. This is the Viltrox K60. It's an LED tube light from our friends at Viltrox. Viltrox also has a sub-brand called WeLight, and I've reviewed the WeLight K21 before, which is actually my accent light. You can see this warm light off to the side here. It's essentially a half-length version of this. So they're the same light, same controls, same everything. This one is just twice as long, and I think the 60 stands for maybe 60 centimeters. Looks like it's about 2 feet long. I'm going to link below to the K21 review, because I'm not going to go into like super detail about this light because I've essentially already reviewed a shorter version of it. But what I want to do is talk about why I like tube lights so much, because it seems like such a stupid thing to be really into, but I am. So right now, my studio lighting setup, I'm going to take a picture of it for you guys. Let me just grab my phone here. So my studio setup is this WeLight K21, and then I won't mention the other brand in this video, but it's a different brand. It's also, it's not a tube light, it's a wand light, but a very similar form factor. And I've sort of gone from larger COB lights with big soft boxes on them and whatever, to using these tube lights in my studio for two reasons. One, especially the round surface of something like this Viltrox K60, you don't need a softbox on it because it's got this sort of opaque white cover on it, and it's rounded, so it's not casting direct light. So you have this nice soft diffused light like you can see on this side of my face. This wand light has a little softbox on it, but it's essentially doing the exact same thing. The wand light is just a flat light in the front, and the softbox is like a sleeve, just sort of rounds that light out, makes it a little softer. Whereas with something like this, it's already soft because you have this nice curve and this nice opaque cover across the top of the light. And the other reason I love these lights so much is because of their form factor. When you pack your studio down, like I don't leave this stuff set up all the time. When I pack this all down, this takes up no room. So it comes with this little carrying case here. Nice Viltrox carrying case with a shoulder strap. And the light goes inside. And I can lean this up against the wall in the corner with my tripods and my lighting stands and all that stuff, and it takes up no room. It is super, super convenient, whereas some of my other lights come in these just outrageously big cases that take up a ton of room. So right now, they're buried away somewhere in a closet because I'm just not using them. Whereas these tube lights, they're easy to set up. You can run them when they're plugged in, so you don't have to worry about battery life. The battery life on them is excellent. I'll put down here how long this one lasts on a full charge and how bright it gets. I think it's 20 watts maximum output, but yeah, I'll just stick some specs at the bottom of the screen here for you guys. But it's just, the form factor is unbeatable for anybody who's filming themselves at home. They're also super useful for creative stuff. Because they have scene modes and can do RGB and effects. They're also app connected, so you can control these with your phone. Again, I'll put some of that information down below, and then some of it will be in that K21 video I've also listed. They're so versatile. They're so versatile. They're definitely more versatile than some big chip on board floodlight with a softbox on it. And those lights have their place. I use them for like outdoor portrait shoots and stuff like that. But for in a studio setup, especially if you want a smaller setup, tube lights are the way to go. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. This whole studio is going to be changing in the coming months, and I'm going to go to everything condensed down onto this desk behind me. It's going to change the way I sit, but I want to be able to leave my stuff set up. And if I have some tripod mounts on my desk, I can just leave these mounted and they don't take up much room. That's the beauty of this form factor, is the minimal amount of space that they take up. If you want to travel and you want to bring big lights with you, if you're doing some sort of video shoot on your own and you're worried about packing, if you're a carry-on only person, this will fit in a carry-on bag diagonally across the bottom, or you can use the K21 to fit in the bottom of a carry-on bag or even in a backpack. So yeah, I know I talk a lot about tube lights, and this Viltrox K60 is definitely right up there with one of the best ones that I've tested. The extra length of this one compared to some of the other ones I've reviewed is really great because it throws a bit more light, and you can kind of shape the light a little better depending on the angle and stuff that you position this light. It's also, it's handy for a bunch of other stuff too. Like I said, I've already reviewed these things. As far as I can tell, this one isn't magnetic, but it does have quarter 20 mounts on both ends, which is super, super handy. It's got physical controls on the back as well as the app control I mentioned before. Charges via USB-C. You can run it while it's plugged in to a USB-C cable and a wall outlet. But yeah, just overall, tube lights. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make too many more tube light videos because I've done them to death here. But might as well maybe end on one of the better ones. This is definitely up there, Viltrox K60. Thank you to my friends at Viltrox for sending me this light and allowing me to review it. I just want to shout them out too. Send me a lens, guys. I know you guys make lenses. I want to review your lenses, Viltrox. So that's a challenge to you guys. Yeah, shameless, absolutely shameless. Thanks, guys. I will see you in the next one.